My name is Whitney Monica, and I am an inspiring music producer. I know everybody's on quarantine right now, so I just felt like what not a better idea to just go ahead and make a video and just kind of show y'all what it is that I do. This is my setup. It's not too much, but it does get the job done. So while everything loads up, I do use FL Studios 11. I have been using that most of the time since I've been making beats. So that is the program that I know. And I do want to learn other programs as well, like Logic, Reasons, Machine. I want to learn all of those because I just feel like it's good to, know them all, just in case I run into another producer that wants to collaborate and they use that. We might be in the studio and all they have is Logic, whatever the case may be. Yes, what I'm gonna do is just show you all what my process for making a beat. So I'm gonna make a beat and just keep watching. What mood I'm in, I can either start the beat off with the drum pattern or the melody. So it just really just depends on how I'm feeling. If I try to start a melody and I'm just not figuring it out, then I'll just go ahead and try to start a drum pattern, or vice versa. Or if I already have a melody in my head or a drum pattern, it just depends on how it comes to you, kind of at the same time. With this one, I started off with a melody. So a simple melody, a piano and Nexus. So something simple just to, get me started. What I'm gonna add is it's like a trap bell in Nexus. So just kind of blending it with the other sound. Since I have about 2 sounds, I feel like that's enough for me to go ahead and put a drum pattern in. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw in an 808. That's gonna help me kind of feel the beat out. So once I put that in, I'm going to add some percussion, some kicks, some snares, claps, and some hi-hats to kind of fill the beat up. That way I can go back in and add some more sounds if needed, which they probably will need at least one more. So here we go. Okay, so now I've added in snare, clap, and a hi-hat. So the last sound that I think I'm gonna add is this like whistly sound. It's like kind of like a ghosty sound, kind of just to bring everything together, kind of mesh all the melodies together or whatnot. So we'll follow them together. So it sounds like.
How's everybody out there doing today? It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show, and I go by the name of Sion 919. I'm very excited about today's show. All the way from the A, music producer Whitney made it in the building. Yo, we just seen the video right there. That's dope. Yo, I'm excited about having you up here. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. So you're making a lot of noise right now, music producer. Let's
I'm
take it back to the beginning. Yeah.
trying, I'm trying.
Yeah, you're doing it. Yeah, you're definitely doing it. But for the people that may not be familiar, let's let them know who you are and where you're from.
Okay, so my name is Whitney Monica. My production company is Whitney Made It. So pretty much, I am a music producer, songwriter, female, of course, and I was born in Austin, Texas. I have been in Atlanta for over 20 years, so this is my home now. Let's go Hawks! We playing tonight.
All right, and it was tough. It was tough. It got tight the
Hey,
other
hey,
night.
so it's all good though, cause we here, so we
Yeah,
just still fighting.
yeah, I feel you on that, and that's a beautiful thing. So let's talk about some of your early inspirations, like what first got you into music.
Okay, so yes, me and my best friend, we had a group called Written Therapy. We used to write back in the day all the time. Um, and we just never really had any beats or anything to write to. So we just always wrote, came up with songs, lyrics, and everything.
Right,
And one day I was like, we need some beats. We gotta make some songs. Like we gotta make turn these lyrics into actual songs. So
right,
um, we didn't have the resources that we needed. So and I didn't as far as making the beat. So I ended up going to school, learning how to do it. Um, so I went to AIU in Buckhead for 2 years,
wow,
did that, and actually learned how to use Ableton. And they did teach me. Um, to me, I felt like it was more of engineering that they did teach,
right,
which is also great. That's a great skill to have. Um, so when I actually got out, I did, take a little pause because I had my son. I got pregnant. I had my son,
okay,
and after that, once I felt like he was a little bit more independent and I could really just kind of branch out and do my thing, I probably about the last 4 or 5 years, I started just like really focusing on it and really trying to get in the game, hard in the industry, and just learning how it is. So yeah, it pretty much started from there, just not even having beats. So it was really like I wanted to be a writer.
right,
But I kind of fell in love with the whole production side of everything. Like, so this where I'm at with it now.
okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. So you and your friend, you had a group. What you said the name of the group was called?
It was called Written Therapy. So we were, songwriters.
Okay,
And she
written.
still helps me. She come over. We do our thing or whatever. So it's not like we not a group anymore. But
Right.
she has her business and she does her stuff, and I do mine. But when we got to collab, it's nothing.
Wow, and that's a beautiful thing right there to see two women coming together, making it happen. So let's talk about it. You went to school. What
Mhm.
was that process like? You say you was in school in Buckhead?
Yeah, in Buckhead, but I stayed all the way almost an hour away, so I had to travel
Wow.
back and forth. But it was cool. It was cool. I met a lot of people. Let's see, Shouty Fresh, that producer. I went to school with him, and I haven't talked to him in years. But it's a few people I went to school with that actually, came out of AIU too. So that's
Wow.
dope.
Right.
Um, but it was a learning process. At first, it was kind of like, is this what I want to do? And like I said, they was teaching us more of the engineering side and things like that. And the software we was using um, was Ableton. And to me, the reason why I actually went to FL Studios because it was a little bit user friendly, so it was a lot easier. And I was beginning, so I didn't really know what I was doing. So when after I got out of school, somebody introduced me to FL Studios. So it was like when they showed me this, I was like, oh, this is what I gotta do. Okay,
Right.
cool. This is that's cool. So I ended up just sticking with that and just sticking with that. And but I am ready to branch out because I have been using it for so long. So it's kind of like I think I need something else, and maybe if I do, it might take me somewhere where I'm really trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
don't know. I'm
Oh,
just putting all of that into aspect really.
and that's the thing is like you putting it all together. So let me ask you, right? You starting from nothing because like you didn't play instruments, anything, did you before that?
No, no, I didn't play instruments. I was just always into like music as a child, listening to music. I used to dance and things like that. So music was always like a passion of mine. It always touched me.
Right.
Um,
So when, me and my best friend met, and she was into like writing, and we would be in the car for hours just listening to music, dissecting beats and all kind of stuff, before I even went to school for that. So,
Wow.
it was more like we was passionate about music, like just the whole concept, not just me making beats or just being a songwriter. It's the whole production process.
All of it together. So let
Yep.
me ask you, what type of sounds did you like back then?
As far as writing and stuff, or
Yeah, just like period, like type of sounds you was feeling. It might have been the 808, it might have been neo
oh,
soul, hip
I've
hop, crunk.
always been like a trap girl. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I always like trap music, rap, hip hop. That's always been my thing. My go-to is R&B though.
Okay.
That's like when I want to listen to music, I'm playing R&B most of the time. But as far as making beats and stuff, I kind of dig trap, you know.
Okay.
So that's why I've been trying to kind of perfect. It's a little bit hard because it switch up like every year, every few months it switch up, but it's all good, But um R&B, you know, the thing about it I have to work on is that when I make an R&B beat, it's hard for me to write to it.
Wow.
So I have to work on that. That's something I definitely have to work on. So as far as R&B, I kind of would rather write to other people's beats.
Okay.
Um, but that's just right now. That's
Right.
just, you feel me? Because I kind of, it's like writer's block. I guess because I made the beat. I don't know.
Right.
I'm trying to figure that out. Why? I mean, maybe I might have to listen to it like not in the studio. I might, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to figure that process out.
All right. So let me ask you, being a producer and a songwriter, do you find sometimes it's like you might be more creative in the beat process than it's harder to write songs, or sometimes it's easier to write songs and harder to make beats? Do you ever run into any of them situations?
It depends on the day, because that happens a lot. Um,
Wow.
like if I'm making beats and I don't like how it's sounding or whatever, I'll go to start writing, you
Right.
know, and then I might come out with something that's fine because I wasn't inspired with the production. I mean, the beat part at that time. So
Right.
I switched to the writing. So I might have wrote a verse, a hook, or something that I really like, or vice versa. Because I'll stick it to write. I'll still get on YouTube and write to other people's beats. Because, like I said, with R&B, it's a little bit trickier for me.
Right.
So if I feel like, okay, my beats ain't hitting on nothing today, let me pull up some YouTube, beats, and I'm gonna write to that because to me it ain't doing nothing but helping my writing.
Right.
As far as that. And then as far as writing, if I'm not feeling writing, then I'll start working on my beats. So it just really depends on the day.
All right, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let me ask you: are you naturally like a singer by heart, or are you more a rapper when you write these songs? What are you doing?
Now, I'm gonna definitely go to as far as singing. Now, I'm not no singer, but as far as putting a song together, I could do that.
Right.
Now, rapping is a little bit easier to me. I think most challenging part as far as rapping is just the lyrics. Like, everybody's into metaphors and things like that now, so it's just as far as the lyrics. But as far as melodies and things like that, that's simple. I could come up with any melodies, rap, trap, gospel, whatever. Melodies are easy for me. It's just, putting it all together is more when you got to put everything together.
Wow, and I definitely feel you. So let me ask you, okay, because I'm looking at you, right? You got the hip hop flavor, and you also look like a
That's,
singer. So do you get that misconception a lot of times because it's like people see your pictures and they think like, yo, she's an artist or a model, and then
oh,
it's like, no, I'm a producer.
I get producers all the time asking me if I need beats, and I'm
Wow.
like, nah, I don't really need beats, but it just depends too, because if they sound good, I'll get some beats and write to them.
Okay.
You feel me? But I get producers all the time be like, "You need beats? Hit me up in the DM. You need beats? You need beats?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't really need no beats." But
Right. Wow.
as far as that, I'm very feminine. I'm not like, well, I'm tomboy-ish. I could put on sweatpants and stuff, but I'm feminine, so I wanted to make it be known that I'm not, I still have a sexy side to me as far as this music, because it's a
Right.
male dominated industry. So,
Definitely.
and a lot of women producers that I see are kind of like tomboyish and stuff, female producers.
Right.
So I'm like, that's not me, because and nothing's wrong with it, but you're gonna see both sides of me. You're gonna see that, and you're gonna see, a feminine side to me. So
Okay, and that's the thing right there. So you're making it happen, right? So you're in the A. Atlanta's the mecca for music right now. A lot of competition.
Yes.
All right, when you first said, "Yo, I'm about to get out here and make it happen," what was that process like in the beginning?
Scary at first. It's still kind of, scary just to put yourself out there in your music and just, you know, hope people like it. But the process when I first started, I was actually working in a salon. I was doing hair and makeup.
Wow.
And I started going to the studio with one of my friends, and I was like, okay, this is like a sign. Like, he was like, you got access to the studio. You can come whenever you want, woody woo. So that's how I kind of started as far as when I picked it back up. I had the resources. So I was actually in a studio at this point. So it was like, okay, this is real now because everything is here. Everything I need is here. The people are here. Like everything's here.
Right.
But one thing I will say as far as being a female, I feel like I got a lot more to prove than just a male producer because at being a female, sometimes they don't take us seriously, even if your work is good.
Right.
Sometimes people just don't see you, they don't want to see you either above them or, I don't know what it is, but
right.
I run into that a lot. So that's why I pretty much just work by myself. Like everything I do is me.
Wow. Okay, so you're doing an independent route. There's a lot of times people intimidated, right? They see you, they look already, you got a pretty face and all that. Now they like she's a female and you got beats. So it's like I'm watching your videos. I went through your beat star. You definitely got the trap. You definitely got the crunk music. So how do you get in your zone when it's time to make a beat? Like what's going through your mind when you're setting up the record?
Mm-hmm. So pretty much most of the time my go-to is going to be like some kind of trap music. So what I do when I'm like in the car or I'm not making a beat or I'm just at home, I play stuff that I feel like I play producers beats that I like to help inspire me. It's not that I want to be like them or copying them, but the music is all the same. It just depends on like, it all changes. Like the
Right.
sounds change from year to year. So a lot of the producers use the same sounds. It's just their own beat, made their own way.
Right.
So it's just you got to kind of just get inspired because there's a lot of time you have blocks with that too. Like I'll come here, I can't even make a beat because I just don't like it,
Right.
So it just, you have to be inspired. And when you do get that inspiration, it's like, you got to go and do it now before you lose it. You feel me?
You lose it.
So, but it's definitely like a process getting inspired because you do definitely have them breaks and then even just with the process of trying to get out there is kind of stressful as well.
Right.
Because everybody's not going to want to see you win and all the right people not going to come to you at the right time. So, I just look at it like everybody's time comes when it's supposed to.
Right.
So I'm not just going to rush everything and just jump into stuff just because I've been through situations and met people, and been in situations I felt like they just didn't want to see me win, but you want me here with you, like kind of like,
Right. Right.
So
And that's the thing with
I'm just gonna do everything on my own. Like
right. And that's the thing.
what happened. The people, if somebody really is interested in me and really believes in me, they'll come. And
Right. And that's real right there. And like you said earlier, being in a male dominated industry, a lot of times it's like a lot of women, I see that sometimes, whether they singers, artists, or producers, whatever they be in the industry, period. Like sometimes guys see you, right? They want to lock you down. They want to, want you around for that part, but they don't want to see her shine or like, yo, I don't want you to be an artist. I want you on the sidelines. So like, how has that affected you being in the A in your career and how do you separate the two?
yeah, it definitely affected me to the point where I was just like, I'm just gonna do everything on my own. Like I don't really need nobody. Like if you really are willing to help me and you're serious, then I will allow it. But as far as me reaching out to people and all that stuff, I don't do that no more.
Right.
Whatnot. And right now, like I really don't even put out a lot of music right now because of a lot of stuff like that has happened before. So I'm just in right now, my train of thought is just figuring out exactly what it is I need to do, what I want to do, and then, create my plan and then attack. Right. But right now I am looking into, as far as like commercials and movies and things like that, because right. to me, it ain't all about image when it comes to that. So it's easier to just try to get your foot in the door. Right. With now it's like I have to have an image and all that stuff. And sometimes I don't want an image. That's why I want to be backstage, like behind the scenes, just doing this. Because before it wasn't like this. You didn't have social media. You didn't have all this stuff, when I was really trying to do it. So when I wanted that was my dream. Like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. It wasn't like this. So now it's like, I ain't want the spotlight. And it's like, I'm forced to kind of put stuff out there and do that. But now I told myself I'm not going to force myself to do it if I'm not ready. Right. Like, if I feel like these beats, regardless if they do sound good or whatever, I got to be confident in my own stuff so that people can believe in me. Right. So that's basically what I'm working on, is just, being confident in your work, because that's held me back a lot too, just being scared to even put it out there, Yeah. So, I mean, because when you look at my stuff, I don't really have a lot out there. It's just because, like, for a long time, I was just like, discouraged by certain people and just situations. So it was just kind of like, okay, if you need to really sit down and just figure out, perfect your craft, get super confident, and then attack. You feel me? So I'm not in a rush anymore. Before I used to be in a rush. I'm not in a rush anymore.
And that's the thing right there. That's what wisdom is like. What's for me is for me. But you said a powerful thing. Words have power, right? So it's like certain things that you got discouraged. How did you get through that? Because sometimes it's like you said, it don't happen overnight. We have these dreams, we have gifts, and we want to manifest them, but it's like now we got to go through the process. So in that process, how did you keep pushing and not lose focus along the way?
It was basically me proving to myself and saying it's not about nobody else but me. Like, I got to prove to myself that I can do this, not to Instagram or whoever else. This is something that I want to do. And before I turn 60, 50, 60, I can say, at least I tried, Right. At least I try. If it don't work out, which I don't think that's going to happen, but I can definitely say at least I tried. I am in my youth, I tried to do something that I was really passionate about, and it's a 50-50 chance. So why not take it?
And that's the thing. It's like you're making it happen. You already stepped out on faith. You're putting the action in. So right. You're doing it. So let me ask you, okay, what's been some of your best moments so far in your career?
Okay. One of my best moments is I did work with Young Thug in the studio. We, me and my best friend, we wrote a hook for his, we wrote actually more than, no, we just wrote a hook. We were actually just working on the song in the studio, and he happened to be there in another studio, and he heard what we was working on. He came in there, was like, he wanted to get on the track, and me and my best friend, like, what? Like, we didn't even know you could hear. You feel me? Like, it was just like, whoa. Of course, yeah, you can get on this for free too. Like, you ain't even finna charge us. But yeah, so he hopped on that, and it never got clear, but it was still the fact that, like, hey, that made me feel like I have the potential. Right. And that was really just writing. So I'm more confident in writing anyway, because that's for sure something I know I'm good at. And I can come up with melodies like nothing. So writing is nothing. So that was like kind of like, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure, like, you got it. You could do it. But then you kind of got to look back and just be like, I hope it's not just because I'm a female. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just take it day by day, and just whatever it comes with, you just got to keep going.
You just said a powerful thing right there. You said you hope that it's not because you're a female. Now, right? We all know we live in a society where it's like men and women, sex sells, stuff like that. But it's like, okay, it's a myth that people say, the gift and the curse. Being the pretty girl, being the girl that gets all the attention, this, that, and the third. Where, like you saying, I don't want the spotlight. I don't want the fame. I just want to be an artist. But then you have some people, they have the talent. They may not have the look.
Right.
Or they may, you know what I'm saying, it's just something about it. Like people just ain't, like, nah, they ain't got nothing to look at over there.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, how do you think that affects you? And is it a gift and a curse? Because like I hear you saying, I don't want the spotlight. But then when people looking at you, you look like the lead singer of a group. So do that make sense? It's like, so
Yeah,
how does that affect you?
totally. Yeah, I mean, because I didn't ran into that too, as far as just working with people like artists wanting to like try to help them put them on or even manage them.
Right.
And like I felt like I was more serious than them, and they're the ones who really had like the real talent. Like they could sing, or I had a rap group at one time and they was dope, but they just weren't serious. And you know, I had to back out of that because it was like, okay, I'm serious and I don't want to get caught up because y'all not serious. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting here believing in y'all and y'all don't even believe in yourself. So that's one thing you got to run from, people that's not serious about what they really, really want to do. Cause me, if I was an artist, I would have all my own equipment. I would be recording myself. I would learn how to do all that stuff.
Wow.
Cause it's not hard.
It's definitely not hard. So let me ask you, what did you struggle with in the beginning learning to make beats with Fruity Loops, with FL Studios? What did you struggle with the most?
I think I struggle with sound selection at first because I really didn't know much about it.
Right.
So somebody did introduce that to me and was like, okay, your stuff is dope, but you gotta just work on your sound selection, because when you mesh them sounds that sound alike together, that's gonna turn your beat up. You know, because sometimes you get people that they sounds don't sound the same, so they don't. It's like sounds weird, you know,
Right.
kind of cringy because it don't even sound mesh well. So that was one of my major things that I feel like helped me out a lot.
Right.
And let's see what else. So that right now, that's like what I do. I be online just trying to find a lot of sounds now, because um that's one of the main things that I heard from like a good producer, a real well-known producer.
Right.
Oh, you know, I definitely took that advice and ran with that.
Okay. And that makes sense right there. So do you sample or do you play?
No, I don't sample. I honestly don't even know how. Um, so it's just, you know, this all me. Everything's all me.
Right.
Um,
Wow.
I want to learn how to sample because there are like songs and stuff that I want to sample, but I honestly don't even know how to sample a song, to be honest, on FL Studio.
Wow.
I kind of stick with what I know, and then that's what I do. But you know, that's something I need to look into too.
Right. I think you can do it with with the FL slicer.
Oh yeah, you definitely can. Like the person who showed me how to use FL Studios
Right.
did everything in that. Like recorded, mixed, every single thing they did. They did not use no other software. So you can do everything in FL Studios. It's just I just never was like into sampling. I just always was like, okay, I need to make this,
Right.
like this needs to be me. And then once I perfect that, then I maybe can go into that. But
Okay.
I want y'all to know, like, this came from me. Like, this is all my work.
Right. Okay. So that's the thing right there. So you went to school to learn how to engineer. How important was that helping you? Because a lot
That
of producers, my fault, a lot of producers, they make the beat, but they can't mix it. So the beat might sound off because it's not mixed. So how did that help you going to school, learning to engineer? And then
yeah. So as far as the recording process, that definitely is a plus, because like when I'm here, I can record myself, you know, and that's why I was saying, as far as like artists, if I was an artist, I would have all this equipment and I would definitely at least be recording myself. You won't have to make the beats, but an artist can record themselves, and they should, because that's how they can get better. You know,
right.
instead of waiting until they go to the studio and this, that, and this. No, you might get in here and get good at it and don't need an engineer anymore. You feel me?
Wow.
So engineering is something that I definitely think anybody in the industry, it's a good technique to at least know the basics.
Right.
The
Okay.
basics. So.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. So let me ask you. Okay, so you go in the studio, right? People see you. Okay, she's a female producer. They don't know you went to school. They don't know you're not an engineer. A lot of people surprised when it's like when you're in the studio and they start seeing all that you can do. Are they surprised to see a female doing it?
Of course, and honestly, it don't even matter if it was me. I think it just is. There's be surprised because that it's a female. even if she's not pretty or, you know, not in the spotlight. A lot of artists, I feel like they just be like, okay, this female, you know, she chose to engineer, like that's cool. You know, I think that's cool. Something that women don't just, you know, all women don't jump in and want to make music and stuff. So it's like it's kind of neat when you see women that do.
That's definitely real. So let me ask you, how is the industry out there? Is it a lot of females sticking together? Is it divided? How's your situation?
Honestly, I could not tell you because I stick to myself. I really, really stick to myself, and it's not even about the females. I really started doing that because of because it's a male-dominated industry.
Right.
I've had a couple, you know, a few reach out, you know, and we just, you know, keep doing your thing or whatever, empowerment or whatnot. It's never no hate, you know. Right. If I see a female, her stuff is dope, I'm definitely gonna like her picture. I'm definitely gonna comment, you know what I'm saying? But I just be to myself.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let me ask you, what producers do you admire? What producers do you look at and you like their styles?
I definitely take Keith. He's hard. Wheezy hard. Young Bird Hitmaker. He's awesome because he is like, you know, everything. He do everything. He's well rounded. Who else? Couple it's some local producers too that's dope. My homeboy Zilla Super, he's super dope. He I think I saw him, he doing a video with some girl that he put out. It's really dope. So I was like, that's what's up, you know. So it's like it ain't just, you know, producers that are on I'm inspired by and stuff, but the ones that I am that are on, you know, it's pretty much all of Mike Will made it, all of them that's up there where I'm trying to be. Y'all are inspiring me.
Okay.
Kanye West, J. Cole, all of them, you know, regardless of what genre you do. It's, you know, I'm trying to get to where y'all are. So you definitely are inspiration.
Wow, and that's real right there. So let me ask, each producer has their own niche, right? Long term looking back, what do you think your niche is going to be?
It's probably gonna be trap at the end of the day. I don't know. But that's just my go-to because that's just, you know, what I like. I like the 808. I like to hear the 808s. You know what I'm saying? I like the drops and the things like that that's in trap music. And when I drive, when I'm in my car, most of the time I'm listening to trap music. When I'm at home, I'm listening to R&B. So it's like when I'm riding, it's like you know, you be lit, you be, you know, it just touches you different or whatnot. So it's like trap is something that I definitely want to perfect. Writing R&B is something I definitely want to perfect. So.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you. Okay, it's gonna be hard. It's a hard question. What's your favorite beat of all times to turn you up when you in your car?
Ooh.
What's your go-to beat?
Oh my gosh. And it's so funny because me and her all day, all we doing is sending each other stuff like this beat so hard. Oh, they killed this song. Woody woo. Of all time, you know that's gonna be hard.
Let's do it right now then. What you feeling at this moment right now?
The beat, a song, you mean just a beat or a song? Like
The beat or the song. Either or.
um I've really been listening to Bankroll Freddie lately. He's an Arkansas rapper. I don't know if you heard of him.
I heard his name before. I haven't
His
heard
last mixtape is really dope. I was actually listening to it when I was getting ready. He got some good beats on there, and I like his style as far as rapper. The songs, oh, it's just I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one.
That's a hard one right there. So
I know Lil Baby going crazy. Lil Baby crazy, and it's like every song he put out is just a hit.
Wow, right now, yeah, they definitely got it on smash right now. So if you could write for any artists, give me 3 artists that you would love to write songs for.
3 artists, of course Beyonce. Like, come on now.
Right.
Of course Beyonce. That's gonna be my number 1. Jania Aku.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller.
And I'm gonna say another one because I really like writing male R&B.
Right.
Who was I? And Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
They've been killing they've been killing it they've been killing R&B lately.
You got some big hitters.
I know Tory got his little thing going on, but hey, music is music, just like R. Kelly.
Right.
I mean, he's still a musical genius. Personal, you gotta just kind of but I still listen to R. Kelly, so if y'all gonna mute me for that, that's y'all problem. But
we're gonna cancel the whole show. We might as well say goodbye to everybody. This is gonna be the last show right here for that. I listen to his music too, yo. He's a musical genius. Yo. I think he got like some mental stuff going on.
And I feel like people that are kind of that creative, most of them kind of got some kind of mental, they dealing with something mentally because you're just too smart for your own good. Like,
right.
But that's a whole nother convo.
Okay. So you're musically inclined. You're making beats. You're writing lyrics. Do you got some stuff going on? Because you're kind of musical genius in itself. Or do you got some things going on?
I hope it leads to that.
Right.
That's the goal, to be a legend and to be, my son to have a legacy and his kids and so forth. So that's the goal. And that's what we shooting for.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen as long as you don't quit. That's the only thing that can stop
you.
Absolutely. What's 5 things that you want to accomplish within the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I definitely want to build. Well, let me start with something. I definitely want to get some placements, either with artists, like major artists, or in the entertainment industry as far as like movies and TV. So that's like the number one. After that, I would definitely want to, I want 3 studios. I want one here, I want one in LA, and then I want one in Miami.
Oh, wow.
So, hopefully in the next 5 years, I can at least get one.
Right.
Of course, to go platinum. As far as making beats, as far as songwriting as well, to get on the charts, the billboards, top 10 on the billboards, and just to actually make more connections that will benefit me as well. Okay. So that's like probably the first one.
Right. Connections. Okay. So let me ask you about how many songs you think you got right now?
As far as like a complete song?
Yeah.
Or complete songs. Okay, we're gonna say complete songs that I wrote to my beats.
Right.
I would say at least 15.
About 15. And about how many incompletes?
I don't know incomplete. Cause like I said, and with the incompletes, those are really like more of just like writing to other people's beats or whatnot. Cause sometimes I just do it for practice. So it's just like I'm not actually, trying to put this out, but this is helping me better myself. So now it's a lot because I got a lot of incomplete beats too. So it just depends. Like if I'm working on a beat and I don't finish that day, I don't know when I'm gonna come back to it.
9 times out of 10 is like I catch it when I catch it.
Real banger that I'm like, okay, I know this is it. But most of the time I try to finish them the same day, so I don't do that. Keep doing that.
Right. Salute to Cruz. He just popped in the comments. He's definitely engineer and producer as well in Carolina. Salute to Cruz. So let me ask you, okay, so what was the most challenging song that you had to write so far?
My most challenging songs be about like happiness. Like I would say like love and just being like, my songs don't even be about being happy, kind of. Maybe they be more about like kind of going through it, or, you know, and dealing with situations,
Right.
stuff that I hope people can relate to, because this probably what I'm feeling, or this is, I didn't seeing somebody experience this, or I've experienced it, like, you know.
Right.
So I mean, I've definitely written songs that are about love and being in love and being happy, but I feel like I've written a lot more songs that might be relatable,
Right.
because everybody's not always gonna be in love and happy. So
Wow. All right. So you said something earlier with the 80s and 90s R&B. Everybody was in love. I remember the men. They would
yeah,
grab in the sky. They would do this move. It would reach to the sky. So yo, that's the classic. So you sitting home, you listen to the 80s, 90s music. You're in that lane. Yo, let me ask you, right? You're a female in 2021, right? How far are we off the path that we went from that to where we are today? How far are we off the path?
and you know what? To answer your question, I think that a man is gonna have to answer that,
Wow.
because to me, like you said, like, it's back then, it was like, okay, you had to kind of be happy. Like, if we're listening to this in the house all day, you know, I ain't gonna say everything's perfect, but I feel like, you know, but now it's different, because the lyrics ain't really,
Right.
a lot of the lyrics, I mean, especially the women rappers and things like that, I don't get it, because I didn't grow up in this day and age. I'm a
Right.
little older, and we didn't grow up with Instagram, social media. Um, you know, we didn't see all this stuff. So it is definitely different for me, but at the same time, I'm just trying to adapt to it.
Right.
But it also means I don't have to follow their lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to follow their lead and write about the same stuff and women and degrading women. Like, that's been for years, but I just don't see why the women are doing it now.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's necessary to sell records, but that's what's selling right now, and it's kind of influencing the kids.
Definitely influencing the kids.
So that's why I'm kind of just like, eh. And then, like, female, I don't really work with. Okay, let me just. I ain't gonna say I don't work with female artists.
Right.
I just be to myself. I'm gonna be honest with you. I be to myself, and if I'm feeling you, or if I'm feeling, you know, our connection and our collab, then okay. But I'm just not really with all that. What's going on right now? You know,
Right.
like, it's not what I'm interested in.
No, I
You know,
definitely.
I really don't even listen to the female rappers. Like, I don't really listen to female rap like that.
Wow.
Um, I hear what's on the radio. That's like the songs I know what's on the radio. But as far as like streaming and albums and things like that, I'm just not interested.
Right. It's a different message, and it's definitely, like you said, it's different from the stuff that we grew up on. So
Right.
let me ask you, okay, you're a songwriter, right?
Hmm.
So what type of message do you think the world needs to hear right now?
I think the world needs to hear that we all need to stop being so opinionated about things. And if we worry more about ourselves, then the world would kind of be a better place. Like, if we focused on bettering ourselves and what we need in our lives instead of the next person or what they got going on, then a lot of things could probably be different. But I feel like everything is questioned. Like, you know, like, it's always a but to every situation.
Right.
And sometimes it's not no but. You know, sometimes it's just, this is what it is. Like, um, I hate talking about politics, so I'm not even gonna go there, but I had a really, really good example, but I'm just not even gonna go into politics, because it's such a touchy subject. I hate talking about it. Um, But I really just think people should focus on bettering themselves more than anything, and that actually will allow you to be to reach your full potential. You know, figure out who you are, why you're here, and whatever that is going to make you happy and you enjoy it.
Right.
We would have less issues, you know. But I think a lot of people are so focused, they don't, either they're mentally not trying to focus on themselves, or they don't know how, and society doesn't really help.
Right.
So you just have to kind of, I don't know, when it hits you, you know.
Right.
So.
And that's real right there. And let me ask you, because you keep saying I'll be by myself. Are you an introvert?
I am definitely an introvert.
Okay.
I am alone most of the time. I mean, I have my son as me and my son, of course.
Right. Okay.
But I'm alone a lot. I enjoy my own company, to be honest with you. Like, I've learned to enjoy who I am. Like, enjoy the person I am. I'm not perfect. And of course, there's things I don't like about myself. But at the end of the day, this is me. This is who I am. And I can't change none of that. So, you know, I have to enjoy it. And because I'm the one determines how I'm gonna be happy. Not nobody else. Not one person. So if I want to be happy, I'm gonna be happy. So
all right. We got a comment and a question for you. I mean, a question in the comments for you. Can you see them? Can you see the comments?
what is your opinion about the Lazario case? Lazario who?
I don't know. I thought that was somebody you might have known.
Arthur the Iceman.
Arthur the Iceman.
Who?
Lazaro case?
Oh, Lazaro. What happened with that? Who is that?
Nah, I'm not sure about the Lazaro. I'm gonna have to look it up when we finish. We'll
Right.
get off of here. But okay, all right, let's keep it going. So, all right, I don't want to twist your hand. But
He don't really have an opinion about that type of stuff, because
yeah, we do.
Like when it comes to politics and personal stuff, like, I'm really passionate about how I feel. So it's like I don't even want to go there with somebody who's just because. Not saying that's him, you know what I'm saying? Some people just talk, or they just say what they've heard and don't even know like the real. So I try to say that.
Okay, because we're getting into that segment of the show where I'm going to twist your arm. I hope you don't cut me loose after, because I got to ask the question. That's my job, right?
It's all good.
I got to ask these questions. So with the state of the world, right? You said we talking politics. We wasn't going to talk politics, but the government's out of control. A lot of stuff going on, vote and all types of things. What's your stance on everything that's going on right now?
I know it's been crazy. It's been crazy, and the world, I feel like this year has definitely been a progress.
Right.
I feel like people are kind of waking up, and they are starting to see, like, it's not the way society is not how it was meant to be.
Right.
And people are starting to wake up and realize, like, this, it doesn't have to be like this. It shouldn't be like this. You know, y'all pretty much have us in slavery still.
Right.
You know, and not even just Black people. I mean, anybody that's working, I mean, anybody that's on a lower income or whatever the case may be, if you're not that 1% that's rich,
right,
you're enslaved right now. You know, you living day to day, working check to check, paying taxes on everything, and you know the money you earn. It makes no sense whatsoever.
That's
So
right.
you know, it's like you mentally just have to keep yourself just aware of all of this, because I can see people going crazy about behind this, like being locked in the house for months, and you know how many people probably went crazy or killed themselves and stuff like that.
Right, depressed
over something that I feel like they created.
Right,
it's sick.
Wow, we're gonna get right back to that. We got two more questions in the comments that just popped up. One says, "Describe your sound for someone who has never heard it."
My sound is unique. I really don't feel like I sound like anybody else. Like, I might, you know, maybe my 808s and things like that, but I just don't think I have a sound that sounds like anybody. I try not to sound like anybody. Like, I might listen to artists to get inspired just by, you know, maybe like as far as like a tempo or a pattern or like a beat pattern or something like that.
Right.
But as far as just like, oh, I want to be, you know, sound exactly like this person, I don't do that. So I would describe my my beats as just unique, basically.
That's real. Okay. And that's real right there. So the next question was, what are your views on the vaccine?
My views on the vaccine. Uh um So I'm not getting vaccinated unless, you know, it's something. The only way I'll get vaccinated is they say we cannot travel.
Right.
Because, you know, that's crazy. But I don't think they can do that. My thing is, I try not to judge people. So if you want to get that, that's fine. That's on you. You know, my parents had to get it. They're older. So, you know, they were more at a risk. So, you know, I can't say, oh, y'all are crazy, y'all stupid for getting that, because y'all were more at a risk than me. So I can't judge anybody who wants to get it and who don't want to get it. It's really all about you. That's why I said we all got to just worry about ourselves and have our and not worry about somebody else's opinion. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's you, and that's your, you know, they're not forcing you to do it. So why are you mad that they want to go get vaccinated? You know what I mean? Just do your thing. You're not going to do it. Don't do it. I'm not going to do it, but I'm not going to hate on the next person that is or call them dumb.
Wow. And that's real right there. So, yo, I'm listening to you talk, right? You have a lot of education. You're a very strong woman, right? So, where did you pick these traits up from in your life? Like, was it your upbringing? Was it things you learned? Was it some life situations taught you? How did you? Because you're pretty sharp. You're a sharp, nice.
It's definitely life situations. I definitely, and then I grew up with all, like, I had nothing but brothers, and then like all boy cousins. I think I had like one girl cousin. So I've been around men forever.
Right.
So I think I definitely picked up some things for them. But as far as just, you know, my intellect, it's just about just, I'm such a logical person. Like, if it don't make sense to me, then I don't, it got to kind of make sense.
Right.
A little bit. Like, you know, I have to make sense. So I'm not gullible at all. I'm more of a, like, seeing is believing type person. But, you know, I just kind of put two and two together. I mean, I'm blessed by God, I can say, very favored. But, you know, I'm thankful for that. I'm really thankful for that. And I'm just passionate about who I am and what I believe in too. So you know, I'm 10 toes down in that. So.
Right. And that's real right there. And definitely confident, right? You're a free thinker. You think for yourself. You're not easily following the crowd. But we live in a world full of followers. Like you said, social media, everybody's trying to keep up. Everybody, me too. Oh, you got that? I got to have it too. Like, what advice do you have for our people out there? For the people that's viewing now or the people that might view on the playback? What's your take on that? Like, yo, because a lot of times it's like the creativity is no more. It's like everybody's just copycatting what they see. And what do you think about that?
I would just say, just try to keep it original. Try to keep it original, and don't take it to heart. Like, you got to be more passionate about your faith and knowing that you can do it than social media or any person, because for one, your trust has to be in God, not man, you know. So at the end of the day with the social media, because I just recently, my account was really like my main page that I kind of grew my following on. And just like yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, I actually switched it to another account. I'm having a personal account, so I'm not posting any more personal stuff on that page.
Right.
So it's like sometimes you just gotta take a break. Like, my personal account is private. The only people that I really know, you know, is gonna be in that account, because social media can, you know, mentally mess you up. Like, and then to me, I feel like it doesn't affect me. I really don't care. I'm a free spirited person, and my son says my favorite words are "I don't care," which is true, because it's a lot of stuff that I'd be like, I don't care. I could brush off a lot of stuff, because at the end of the day, I want to be happy, and I'm not going to allow anything or anybody to just mess up what I got going on. And I'm not going to say that I'm just happy 24/7 and nobody ever pissed me off, but I don't don't dwell on it, and I don't allow it to mess up what I got going on. You know, I'm not finna be in my house depressed for nothing, you know.
That's real.
So just take it a day at a time. It's not that serious. It's not that deep, especially if you don't even have a lot of followers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. I only got like 4,000 followers, so I don't really care. You know, I don't really care. I'm more focused on, that's why like posting and all that stuff, I don't really care because I'm not focused on the attention. Like I'm really just trying to get some money
Right.
and accomplish some things that I know I wanted to do as a child, you know, when I was younger. To me, that's what it's more about. I could care less if I stay with 4,000 followers the rest of my career. That's not my, you know, that's not my goal.
Right. Okay. And then we got another production question. It says, "What's your production weapon of choice?"
um, so I use Nexus a lot.
Okay.
I use Nexus a lot. And then, you know, I just go and I get sounds and I just kind of, I don't really, I do use plugins. I don't use a lot of them. My go-to is Nexus. But I get sounds, I download on my computers, and I just, you know, use a lot of sound kits as well.
Right.
I know I had Omnisphere on my last computer, but it crashed. So, and then I have to get a hard drive for this Mac,
Oh wow.
put it on there because somebody told me I can't even fit it on this one. So I'm like, but I did like Omnisphere when I had it. That was dope. They had some good sounds, but yeah, pretty much. You know, my go-to for the sounds are definitely going to be Nexus, and then whatever kits like I download. Because I told you I go and I download sounds and stuff all the time just
Wow.
to have them.
Wow. So what's the randomest sounds you think you ever downloaded? Like what's,
Randomness?
yeah, because I know with producers we get all types of sound. It may be raindrops. It could be all types of stuff.
I know I had like a cat sound one time that went hard on a beat, and somebody was like, "Is that a cat?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but it's, you know, it sounded like a cat, but it went hard with it." So
Right.
I think that's probably the craziest one, that little cat noise.
Okay. Wow. So okay, when it comes to your engineering side, what's two things that's a must? You gotta have these two, whether it's a compressor, limiter. What's two things you gotta have when mixing?
First of all, wait, if I'm recording me, like, or
If you're recording you, and then if you're
if I'm
making a
recording
beat
an artist,
mixing.
it kind of depends on what the artist, because like if I'm recording a singer or something, some of them don't need a whole lot. Like if they're a good singer, they might not even need a whole bunch of, you know, effects.
Right.
So it kind of depends on the person. Me, because I record myself most of the time anyway.
Right.
Gotta have auto tune on there.
Wow.
Got to have a compressor. Got to have the EQ. You know, like you got to have, depending on what you want to sound like, it's certain things that you can't use. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm gonna put the auto tune on there. I just like how it sounds.
You like how it sounds.
Yeah.
All right. So you record the songs. Where they at? Because I can't find them. I definitely tried to find
My
them.
song's out. No, sir. No way. I think I might have one or two clips on my page of something that I had, you know,
Right.
wrote, but not. But no, I don't. I definitely ain't putting how I sound out. I don't. I don't like how I sound. You know, all people are like that. They don't like how they sound and stuff.
Right.
But you know, I get people be like, "It sound good. What's your problem?" But I'm really like, if you like that, then
Wow.
get
Okay.
it.
So when you send the reference to the artists, right? You have to send them the song and how it's supposed to sound, right?
Oh yeah, I could do that. I'll send it to artists, but I'm not just gonna put it on Instagram.
All right. Okay. I respect that. Yeah, I definitely respect that right there. Because the funny thing about it, right? I write songs
My
too.
bad.
It's
My
like
phone
on
is
the
about to die.
okay, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. The funny thing is, I've been on the low. I've been practicing singing, right? And my
Mm-hmm.
engineer is like, there's a joke between because I can't sing at all. But it's like for some reason over the last 4 months, I feel like I got this R&B call on my life,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not hitting any of the notes. They sound terrible. But it's like it's just to me, it's creative and it's fun. But it's like putting them out. I don't think I will put. I don't. I will put the song.
Right, you know, it's just like, and then I don't want to be an artist. So like, if I was gonna be, I could have been an artist years ago. I should have did it years ago, but I would never do it now. Like, it's just
No.
not what I want to do at this time in my life. But
Right.
I have songs that I love, you know, that I wrote and recorded and sang and did everything,
Right.
and I still listen to now, and that I recorded like 2 or 3 years ago. So it just kind of depends on the person, because like my best friend, she the first person I'm sending my stuff to.
Right.
you know. And now if it's something I really like and an artist, you know, and I have somebody that needs a reference, I'll definitely send it. But as far as just putting it out on social media, nah.
I feel you on that. I feel you. So what's to come next? What can people look forward to from the production side of things from Whitney Made It? Yo, you got the production company going. What can the people expect coming up for the rest of this year and down the road?
So the rest of this year, I am going to be putting up a lot of new material. So I'm thinking I'm going to start in July because on B-Stars, I really just made that account. I have another one that I have some beats on, but I wanted to start fresh.
Okay.
So, and then because before I just used to go by Whitney Monica. I used to go by my name. I was going to brand my name, but I ended up doing Whitney Made It because I feel like as a producer, I needed like a production name.
Right.
So that's why I went to Whitney Made It. Um, so I got the BeatStar, so I am going to be uploading a lot of beats on there. Probably starting the end of July because I have a certain amount that I want to secure before I just start uploading stuff because I want everything to kind of just be up there and then I can focus on the next thing instead of having to keep trying to do this and do this and do this. So I have a certain amount, like I wrote all my stuff down. I have a plan, and I'm trying to just attack everything,
right,
properly, so I can get it done in the orderly fashion that's in my head. You feel me?
right. Now I definitely feel you. So, all right,
So,
yeah,
so I'll say by like the end of July, maybe the beginning of August is when I'm gonna really have my stuff out there, so people can really just kind of pick and choose. Because right now I think I only have like 4 beats on there right now.
right.
So, but my other one has a little bit more, but those beats are a little bit older. So, I'm gonna have a lot more newer stuff, newer sounding stuff.
Right.
My phone not charging. Hold on.
All right.
Can we come up with something better than who said that?
That's my cousin. Yeah, he's the
Oh,
producer.
what's he talking about? What's he talking about? I come up with something better. What you
Cruz,
talking about?
what part are you talking about? Put it in the comments right quick. What part you talking about? Cruz was the same.
He said, you giving us these little short answers. Be as unique as your sound. So as far as my name, like, let me see. The reason why I did Whitney Made It is, I don't even know. I just kind of came up with it one day, and I was okay with going by Whitney Monica, but I felt like if I really wanted to brand my company, I didn't want to use my name.
Wow.
Oh, Whitney Made It. It's not spicy, but that's not, I don't need it to be spicy.
Right.
Because it's just a beat, like if for one, it's my beat tag. And I don't want it to be too difficult because if I do brand it, like with my logo, I don't want it to be too difficult. You feel what I'm saying? So I just said, you know what, Whitney Made It. That's who made it. Makes me think of exactly. I want you to think of that. I want you to feel familiar with it. You feel me?
Right.
Like I want you to feel familiar. I don't want to just be I used to now I did have a name and it was Higher Sounds.
Higher Sounds.
So that was before I changed it to Whitney Made It. No, Whitney Monica. Before I just changed everything, I was just gonna brand myself.
Wow.
And then I said, no, I want to brand myself also, but I want to brand my company. So, like, Whitney Made It. Like, I got a whole LLC for that. Like, that's an actual brand now. You feel me?
Right.
So, I could still brand my name and everything, but I wanted to do that. I mean, I wanted to brand something else, like have something else, not just my name.
Nah, I feel you on that. So let me ask you, how sometimes producers they put out projects of just beats, right? What about a Higher Sounds beat CD? Just
That's
instruments.
dope.
That would be
Like a whole mixtape.
Yeah, but just the
That's
beat.
dope.
Yeah. So when can we expect that? 2022?
Yeah, you feel me? We're gonna have to link on that and do some collabing and stuff.
Right.
We could put some other artists on. I mean, some artists on there. Look, we're gonna have to talk behind the scene.
All right. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. Yeah. So let me ask you. Okay, is there anything that we might have missed so far on the show?
um, no, I had a really good time. Like, this is dope. I really do like doing these podcasts.
Wow.
Just so people can kind of get to know me as a person,
Right.
because I'm not really super active on Instagram like that. So I really kind of enjoy doing this, and I used to go on live all the time and talk to my people, but on Instagram, but I stopped. So I just have to get more active. One thing I definitely need to do is get more active on Instagram.
Right. So I know you being a mom, right? And then you have a regular life, then you have a business, right? And you got to make beats and stuff like that. So how do you balance all of them and find
Hmm.
time to do everything?
That's just part of being a parent. Like, it just comes with being a parent. You find time, like you make time, and you figure it out. And when my son was younger, it was a lot harder because he was a baby, and I had to really. You could probably hear him because he's in his room playing his game.
All right.
But I had to. It was really a struggle when he was younger, because it was like I didn't really trust a lot of people with my son, and I wasn't just gonna drop him off anywhere just so I can go do this. So I definitely said, okay, this is my passion, but I gotta make money. For one, I gotta make money, and I gotta be a mother. I have to watch my son. So
Right.
and that's when I started working in the salon and stuff, and just started doing that. But as soon as I met my people and they had that studio, I quit. Like, I quit working in that salon, and I just started trying to figure out, like, okay, what do I need to do? Like, what's next?
Right.
Because I know that this is where I need to be.
Wow. And that's a fact right there. And that's the same studio that you met Young Thug in, or a different studio?
Yes, it's the same studio. Yes.
Wow. So yeah, I would have quit too. Like, yo, 'cause if you met him,
Oh,
like,
and that time it was so many people. I wish I knew what I knew now back
right.
then, and I wouldn't have had no problem because everybody was in that studio. But it's all good, it was it. And then I definitely, one thing I do is I learn from other people's experiences.
Right.
So I don't wait till it's my turn to go through it. If I see your situation, you're going through your situation, and I've learned a lot about the industry just from other people's experiences,
Right.
people that's been in the industry, and has situations and stuff. So that definitely helped me, open my eyes to as far as the industry and how it works and how people treat
Wow. So okay, being that you said that, what's some mistakes people make coming into the industry?
you. I think the biggest mistake is just trusting any and everybody, because most of the times they don't want to see you get bigger than them.
Right.
So they're gonna keep you, unless they really believe in you and they're really like a true supporter and really believe in your craft or whatever it is you're doing. A lot of people just are manipulators. They try to get what they can get, and that's it. They're gonna get what they can get out of you. So you just kind of have you a good team that believe in you, and don't believe everything that people in the industry are going to tell you or feed to you.
And that's fair right there. I got two more questions and I'm gonna let you go. I think,
Okay.
hold on, let me see. Somebody in the
It's
comments.
all good.
I look forward to hearing your work. Salute to you, Whitney.
Thank you,
All right.
Cruz. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching and tuning in. That's what's up.
All right. So the first question is gonna be, all right, when it comes down to the sound, right? When it comes to the music and it comes to the industry, right? What's
Hmm.
one thing that looking back now you learned over the years?
As far as the music, I definitely learned that. So one big thing that I used to do was, like I said before, like, if I don't finish a beat, I'll just like forget about it, and then tomorrow I'll start a new one. So I definitely, because I had so many unfinished beats at one time, it was like ridiculous. It was like, how the hell am I making beats? I'm sorry, I
No,
don't know
you
if I can
get
cuss.
you get no.
Like, how am I making beats and I have none completed?
Right,
So that was one big thing that I definitely had to learn kind of early on, was to come, even if you just make one a day, make sure you complete it or get far enough to where you want to go back and work on it,
Right.
you know? But I mean, it still happens. It's beats that I don't finish, but one of my priorities are to finish at least one. If I get on there, and I don't make beats every day. Like
Right.
I don't make beats every single day. I mean, I used to do that back before, and it is the same thing. Like it really ain't you know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
definitely the more you do practice, of course, the better you're gonna get. But I feel like if you're not inspired, like don't force yourself because you're not gonna get work out of that good work out of that anyway. You know what I mean? Like take a break, go get re-inspired, and then come back to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true because I notice that too sometimes when I'm just cramming out beats, they start sounding, whether I'm consciously knowing it or not, they start sounding the
I'm the
same.
same.
Yeah. So you definitely said a real thing. And the last question has nothing to do with music, nothing
Okay.
like that. This is just an easy question. Down the road, right? As you keep doing stuff, would you come back up here again?
I would definitely come back up here again. If you ask me to come next week, I will come.
Ah,
This is fun. I enjoy it. And anybody that believes in me before I made it, I will always support them.
wow. And that means a lot right there, yo. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely look forward to seeing you doing big things. And I definitely look forward to having you back on the platform. So if you
Awesome.
got any shout outs, anything, somebody that may be watching or they may watch the playback, if you want to give some shout outs right now, we can do that right
Yeah, I just want to shout out to everybody that has ever supported me and believed in what I got going on. Shout out to you, y'all the real ones. And just say shout out to my family because they've always been behind me. Um, and my homegirl, Shantae, that's my bestie.
now. All right.
Cause she know when it's up, she right there. You know what I'm saying? We started this together.
Right.
So and just shout out to all female producers that's out here trying to make it. It's not always easy, but just keep going. Keep going. Even just, upcoming producers, period. Just keep going and doing your thing. Um, you're really gonna be your worst critic at the end of the day. So just keep doing it, and the more you do it, the better you're gonna get.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody.
All right. So any artists, they can reach you at the email at the bottom.
Yes, our artists can reach me at my email address. You can DM me too. Um, my account, I don't know why it won't let me. Like I had it as a business account at first, and then I switched it because I made it private because somebody made me mad, and then I couldn't turn it back to a business account. So you got to look in my bio for my email. You can't just like click that little tab anymore. So
Okay.
yeah, my email's right there. Whitney made it with 2 T's at the end at gmail.com, or just DM me. I'll check my DM.
All right, and that's dope right there, yo. And I definitely appreciate you coming up here. You dope, you got a dope sound. I'm excited about the A right there because you're in the perfect place for it to be
Right.
right now because Atlanta's taking off right now. And I'm just
Absolutely.
excited about what your future's going to bring. And again, like down the road, anything that we can do to help out on our end, to help get the word out of things you might have coming up, let me know. We always here, and definitely I look forward to
Awesome.
having you back on the platform again. And I just wanted to salute you as a black woman making it happen. I don't run into a lot of female producers. Then when I found out you're a mom on top of that as well, and a songwriter, that's definitely awesome right there. But then to hear your story in your mind, to see like, yo, I went to school, I actually learned engineering. I'm not just pushing buttons. That's inspiring in itself, and it's black excellence. So I always want to give people their flowers while they're alive. I don't want to wait till you make it and be like, oh, I used to follow her. So it's like, yo, I see you doing big things. And I wanted to honor you from a black man to a black woman and say, job well done. Keep going and don't let nothing stop you from your dreams.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I see you doing your thing too. So whatever you need, you want me to promote, you already know, just send it over. And thank you so much for having me. This is so fun. And
Wow.
if you want me back on, you just let me know anytime.
That'll work, and we definitely will have you back up here. This is the Proof in the Pudding podcast show. I go by the name of Sion919. We want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. This was our guest today. Whitney made it all the way from Atlanta. Be sure to support her. Be sure to hit her up on social media. If you need custom beats, definitely get at her or get at the BeatStars link. It should be tapped into her profile.
Yes, sir.
And again, we thank everybody. We signing off, and we love all of y'all. Have a good
all right,
week.
everybody be safe.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.